Hello and welcome to, well, the first of what will be 7 weeks in the run-up to the Cheltenham Festival of the panels head-to-head. It's myself, Dean Ryan. You might remember me from various different places like Racing FM, Gambling.com, the Racehour, which have now departed and, of course, been replaced by the wonderful Tony Keenan, who is doing a fantastic job over there on the other side. But I do have the other let's call him the creator of the Racehour. Joining us on the panel for Gambling.com is Nolan is here. How are you?
Dino, how's things? All good. Great to see you again, buddy. All good. Great to see that you're over your old piles and everything that kind of ruled you out of all the other weeks. So you're back anyway.
The rumors of my demise were very much exaggerated, Dermot.
They were. Thank God, you're still as cogent and as handsome as ever, Dino.
Well, yeah, some things never change. It's good to be back on the airways with you. The idea of this show, I guess we better explain it to those that are listening. We do have a partner, of course, BetVictor. BetVictor.com have stepped in. That is the place to go and check out all your Ante-Post odds for the Cheltenham Festival. We'll flag a few in here. We are going to come up with one Ante-Post selection per week. It is a head-to-head. Our records will be public. The revolution will be televised. And, of course, I will win. But Dermot Nolan's here to give it a good old go.
As always, Isha, look, we are Tottenham and Leeds fans, so giving it a good go is our middle names, isn't it?
We could be in the same division next season. That is very possible. Actually, no, very possible.
Yeah, we could be going. We're top at the moment.
Well, fair enough. All right, look, the Cheltenham Festival Ante-Post gets trickier every year, I think. And there are, a lot of people wait for the non-runner, no-bet stuff. But, of course, the value is sucked out of that when that comes. Often better prices on the day. You've got to stick to the markets that are truly Ante-Post. And you've got to try and find a bit of value. Do you have any rules, Dermot? I always think that you need a horse that you're pretty sure is going to run there. I'm going to break that on week 1 and see what happens. You want to know that the prep is going well, everything is in line, and that connections will line up in the race. It's one of the main things, but it's tricky.
Yeah, the first 5 or 6 I kind of tend to do early season are wild enough, I try and get some sort of a 50 to 1 shot running for me. Then after that, then the kind of main 3 or 4 punts that I have kind of pre-Cheltenham are the ones that will come out and say we are aiming at this race very early. There are some trainers that will just say it. That's where I kind of always look towards, and that is actually where my punt is from today. How would you approach it, Dino?
Yeah, sometimes I just get a go on me. I watch her performance visually; it blows me away. I think, geez, that will win that race, and I have it. A factor file will be one of those. But there's been a few other times I got plenty wrong, but that's the fun of it, isn't it?
That's the fun of it, exactly.
Yeah. Often, you can turn up on the Tuesday at Cheltenham with an Ante-Post book in flames and just think, well, now's day one.
Yeah.
Or you can turn up on the Tuesday at Cheltenham and go, I'm really not going to bet too much now because I've got such a big day lined up on Thursday when everything is all set up for me. So, yeah, it can affect you. I still think there's plenty of fun in it. And the fact that me and you are going head-to-head is not a new thing. We just haven't broadcast it all the time. On the Racehour, we used to broadcast plenty of them. And I just tell you a horse is going to win. You're trying to find out what will come second. I think I don't have one of those today for the first one, but why don't you go first? The first bet of our head-to-head Ante-Post is going to come from Dermot Nolan for the Cheltenham Festival. Off you go.
Yeah, so look, we did this all on the Racehour kind of show already. We covered this. I kind of flirted with her, but definitely am now looking at punting this horse. Diva Luna at 12 to 1 with BetVictor for the Mayor's Novices Hurdle. She's just been very good. She was like last season, brilliant on debut, then went to Aintree. That's a really hot Mayor's bumper. That informed the previous years as well. Golden Ace ran in that race. And she won this with her head in her chest. She beat Jubilee Alpha that day, who travelled through and couldn't get to her. I know that horse kind of pulled for her head, but still I thought Diva Luna was holding her plenty. First time out this season, she badly needed it. Lost that day to Meccaina, who's actually a very smart horse, and was fourth back in that bumper. And then last time at Cheltenham, she won very well again. She had to really tough it out. But when a horse got to her, she rather kicked on again. She was kind of idling. But that's crucial experience back at Cheltenham again. Ben Pauling Dean has said several times now he thinks that this horse could be the best that he has. That's saying a lot now because the Ben Pauling yard has really kicked on this season to kind of another stratosphere. He put this horse up at the start of the season on about 4 publications as well as his horse to follow for the season. And last time he said that he's had problems with her. That's why her first run was kind of poor last time out then. And he said, we haven't even touched the surface with her. She is literally going to improve tenfold for her next run and tenfold again after that. I think England could well end up having a decent Cheltenham, but we can cover that later on. I just think at 12-1, Dean, she's very, very smart, very able. And this market is being made by a horse called Maureen that we've seen once and we haven't seen her jump a hurdle yet. This is a really good market, and I just think, Dean, she could be something quite special at 12-1 is a monstrous price.
Yeah, Maureen, the powerhouse of the Willie Mullins family, of course, the matriarch, has got a horse now that, that one would take the roof off, but only in a certain part of Ireland, unless you're already on. So, yeah, Maureen, the BetVictor go 5-1, the pair of 6.5 and Maureen at the minute in their Ante-Post market. Jubilee Alpha, the horse you mentioned, of course, the Nichols yoke 7s, and then after that, 12-1 Diva Luna. You've only really backed that demo because of the child in your house. That's not true.
My daughter's name is Luna, and that is how I backed this horse on debut. I was minding a sick Luna that day, and on pranced on Diva Luna. She won well, but since then it has purely been on factual facts. Dean is why I'm back here now.
Factual facts. You're raising a little diva named Luna in your house, and it's all come together. I love this.
Yeah, it really has.
1 point win then, Diva Luna, 12-1 for the mares novices, with our sponsors, of course, BetVictor. Okay, that's bet 1 then in the can. I better tell you what mine is. I think I'm breaking the cardinal rule. I don't know for certain that they will go, okay, which is always a bit of a miss. But for me, best horse in the race in the Brown Advisory this year at Cheltenham is Impere Pass. Normally, you don't want them to have that second season over hurdles, and you want them to go straight chasing, which often the best ones do, that are going to end up winning a Brown Advisory. But Impere Pass was so impressive at Cheltenham the season before in the novice hurdle over the longer distance that they thought they'd have a go, and I don't blame them. To come up and get found a little bit short behind the likes of State Man, even Tiupu at Fairyhouse, is not a negative. Ballyburn's form is just a load of hype and a lot of nice platitudes. Very good horse, clearly good actually at the shorter distances. Put well in his place by Sergino. That's not going to affect anyone's confidence. And they both entered up for the Ladbrokes Novices Chase at the Dublin Racing Festival on the 2nd of February. If Imperi Pass goes there, which I hope they do, JJ7 should get the first crack on the horse as well. Of course, Daryl Jacob retiring after they won in great style in that Grade 1 at Limerick over Christmas. I imagine Imperi Pass will give him a lot to think about. I actually think he'll win. If he wins, he goes to the Brown Advisory. If he goes to the Brown Advisory, having beaten Ballyburn, be favourite. At the moment, it's 10-1 BetVictor. There is a bit of 12-1 out there in the village, but 10-1 for Imperi Pass with the back form there has that tells you it's a better horse than Ballyburn is a crazy price. Will they go? Will they hold on for Fairyhouse and take the penalty kick that will come up in Easter? Maybe they will, damn it, but we don't know. That's the beauty of this.
Had you given me 35 picks as to what you might have picked for week 1 of this podcast, I would never have said this, ever, in a million years.
Yeah, sure. I don't think it's ever been one of my horses.
He was excellent though at Limerick, wasn't he? When Willie Mullins' horses were all floundering, he was very, very good, I thought. Yeah,
very good.
Yeah. And
a push button. If you listen to Paul Townend's comments as well after the Fairyhouse novice win, I love a horse that wins at Fairyhouse. I can almost see the track from my back window. I can't, but I can almost see the track from my back window. The way that horse comes up the hill there, the performances that it's got, beating Langadang at Sandown. Everyone remembers that Stewart's Inquiry. It's great fun. Obviously, nosing out Bob Ollinger at Aintree. I'm saying nosing out because that was the distance that it's won. But behind the likes of State Man, stuff like over 2 miles shows that the class there is a superb novice. I think it's the best horse in the race. They have to go. If they go, we're on a good bet.
Sam Crowe spent an extra season over hurdles and he broke our hearts beating Mellon that day at Cheltenham. So it's not exactly, it's not like it hasn't been done, Dino.
No, it used to be the thing that you'd kind of second season hurdler now going chasing, not going to be as good. Unfortunately, a horse that I really didn't like, Footpad, was one of those. And,
you hated him ever.
Hey, look, same colours. Maybe redemption awaits me.
100%.
Yeah, Imperi Pass. I do have a lot of time for the jukebox man in the race, Redknapp's horse.
Yeah, Cass loves him as well.
Yeah, I do have a lot of time for that. Think Ballyburn's bubble popped a little bit behind Sergino. In circumstances that you can understand. I think it might pop properly at Leopardstown. And then it'll be all systems go Imperi Pass. So I'm going 1 point win Imperi Pass for the Brown Advisory at Cheltenham. And I'll take the 10-1 with BetVictor. So we've got our first 2 bets in the can demo.
Fantastic, Dino.
Okay, now the way this will work is we'll be back next week and give us another one. We'll start putting the scores on the doors, well, at least the prices on the doors until we can put X's next to them where they're completely ruled out because that's normally what will happen. And otherwise, they're still live. Also, our final show, the week pre-Cheltenham, we will come up with a Cheltenham Lucky 15. All here on the head-to-head for the panel on Gambling.com. That's Dermot Nolan, or that's Dermot Nolan from the Racehour and, of course, Gambling.com. And I've been Dean Ryan. It's good to be back. We'll see you next week.